Alright guys, this is Team Gagas here. We've got Dan showing a profile and Tyler on the camera. I already showed you my version of what I had to play on Thursday of Locals, the Fire King deck. This is his take on it. I've changed mine a lot, and he wants to show you his.
Yeah, this is my build, which he kind of
explain whatever you think needs to be explained.
Well, mostly like the main engine of the Fire King engine, they pretty much like resolve on like him. Like they just focus on him and the spell card just to keep spamming him. I actually use him as a tech in this deck because he's very useful, but like I like to have a little bit more variety in my deck. So what I just kind of like changed it up. In my build, I play 2 Garunix as a tech. It's a really good card. If you use it with Onslaught, and you just like it's ridiculous. It needs to get hit or something. 2 Barong. I'm not really going full Fire Kings here, but it's just a really good tech card, and it's free pluses off searches, so it's a really good card. 2 Fire Dogs. This card does a lot more in this deck than it does in the main Fire King deck, simply because the next couple cards I play. So I definitely have a lot more targets. But yeah, two Fire Dogs, really good beater. Just gets it in there. My main cards is I'm playing 3 Hazys, 3 Hazy Cerberus. You get a lot of pluses off of it. It synergizes off of a lot of the Fire King stuff. And you just really get a lot of pluses off of it. Plus, it gives you access to level 6s playing this archetype. So it was definitely a good choice when I decided to try playing this main deck with the Fire King play. So I played 3 Cerberus. It's really good. 2 Sphinx. Simply just because it just gets your engine going on really fast. So I mean, you get a Garunix for free. Your Garunix is in hand, don't become as dead. It's just really good.
And you always want to call spells. You play 19 spells in this.
I play 19 spells, yes.
Because it's really needed. And if you mill a spell and call it right, if Garunix is in grave, it's going to be Jesus.
Yeah, it's definitely really good. And there's a lot of like searches in this deck, a lot of rotas. So I mean, definitely calling spells is just thinning your deck so that you have a higher chance of calling spells. So it's definitely a really good card. Play 2 Peritons. This card's ridiculous.
It's broken.
It's so busted. You just like if you have like that Garunix in hand, it's pretty much a +1.
This is basically what replaces Yaksha. He gets the Garunix out of your hand that clogs it up.
Yeah, and plus you get the special summon 2 of them. And if you get this right, you get to get the Garunix that you dumped in the grave. So it's definitely really good.
This card is nothing but pluses.
Yeah, it's a really good card. 1 Hippogriff for my target of Peritons, because you need the 2 exact ones. I have exactly 6 targets for the Peridon play, so you definitely want to have at least up to 6 cards. So Hippogriff,
just so you have an extra target.
Yeah, just an extra target.
And speeder.
Onto the spells. This is kind of obvious. This card is ridiculously broken. It's very versatile in this deck because you can either go Garunix or you can go like Sphinx and stuff, and really just get pluses no matter what. So this is always live in this deck, and the best part is you can only you could play 2 Garunixes and not have it dead in your hand. So that's what's very useful. It helps for more consistency. Doesn't make your hands like as cloggy as they should be. Play 3 Circles, because Circle is just OP as hell. It's really good. One of the best quick plays in this deck, simply because like Bottomless really hurts you if you lose a Garunix and stuff. Like Bottomless hurts you, Deep Prison, anything that removes hurts you. So being able to have a chainable card and still plus off of it is very important. So definitely Circle is just, and not to mention the plus is also off of like almost everything else. Like Cerberus you get a plus off, and Barong you get a plus off. So it's definitely essentially really good. 2 Rekindlings. This deck, since it's focusing on like a lot of Hazys, I have at least 8 targets with the 200s, and it's
just. By the way, I'm borrowing your Rekindlings.
Yeah, it's a really good card. Like I mean, definitely very useful with this deck. It adds variety, and it gives you access to free level 6s. Plus, having access to Garunix is very useful. So definitely Rekindling. 1 Tenki as attack. Since I'm only really playing 2 Barongs, the thing is, a lot of people tell me, hey, why if you're playing the 1 Tenki as attack just to search Barong, why don't you play the 3rd Barong? And my answer to that is the reason why I want to play the Tenki is because of my Sphinx. I want to keep my spell count high, so that and it's a free searcher, so that my Sphinx goes off a little bit more consistently. It goes off a lot sooner. Not to mention that extra 100 points is not bad.
It's a game changer.
That can make really good.
That can make you have to point for point with this Thunder King.
Yeah, that's one less card you have to draw late, which is very important. Plus my staples: Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Foolish. Like they just go without saying.
You foolish.
You foolish like anything. You foolish Garunix, you can foolish Sphinx, you can foolish a lot of funny stuff. It just all depends on what your hand is and stuff. Play 2 MST. I just like the 2 MST. Like the build's already focusing on a bunch of other stuff, and
Yeah.
and back row doesn't really hurt you as much as you would normally think. And the only thing that's really gonna hurt you is like removal, and that's pretty much about it. And this deck doesn't normally die, even if Garunix just gets banished, because there's so many plays to play around it, which is really really good. This is what I like about the deck. 2 Duality for consistency. It's definitely a really good card. 2 Hazy Pillar, simply because, you know, like, it really keeps, like, any cloggy, like, the only 3 cards that you have to actually sack for is the 2 Sphinxes and the Hippogriff, so this just helps, like, so that those cards don't become, and Periton, yeah, it just makes it so that those cards don't become as cloggy, so you can just play them out. Plus, the second effect's pretty good. Like, I had a game when I was playing, and I had Chicken on the board, which is the Basiltrice, and I just kept removing his shit, and kept putting materials on it, so it was definitely a really good card. One of my traps, you play 2 Torrential, because it's needed. You just plus off of it for days.
It's pluses for you, negs for your opponent?
Yeah, it's very, very good. 2 Calls.
That's
I don't
broken.
play 3, but yeah, you just play 2 because you're already playing Rekindling, so 2 Calls is really good. And Brigade.
Right.
That's my trap lineup.
Alright, on to the extra deck, please, and side deck.
Alright, I'll go to the extra deck. It's fine, we have time for days. On my level 4s, played Diamond Direwolf because you just plus off of it for just straight days. Black Ship, really good card. Pabalop, just good. Gem Knight, Maestro, just stables. This is actually a really good card in the mirror match. Like, if you're playing against a Fire King deck and you force the Garunix to just completely go to the grave, and all you have are like Barongs and Fire Dogs, you just like Rekindle or something, and then make this when they pop their Garunix and just sit on Roach, and it stops their Garunix place, which is really really good. And Cowboy, because it's Cowboy, really good card. It's just really good. For my level 6s, played 2 Bouncer. It's just without saying. Until like the new Constellar XZs come out, like this is pretty much gonna be my level 6s. But when the other one comes out, it makes this deck just so busted because you just get like the cards that you plus from grave back, and it's crazy. 2 Chicken, Basiltrife. Like this is a really good card. Like with your deck, with this deck is like sometimes there's just monsters that you really can't deal with, like BLSs and all that stupid shit. Just playing a Chicken, it's just like, hey, so I'm just gonna play this and just banish your shit. Like, what's up? You're playing against Insectors, you just drop this and get rid of their Hornet. Like, they just can't do anything. It's a really, really good and very versatile card. And the best thing I like about it is it's fire, so it's
a circle target.
Yeah, it's a circle target, which is very, very good. It helps a lot of stuff in this timing, so it's really, really good. Play 1 Exabeetle because it's Beetle. It's really, really good. In the mirror match is good too. It gets Garunix out without the suck.
Force focus.
Also, a really good card in the mirror match, simply because like it's gonna negate the popping, and it's 28, so they can't go over it hand point for point. So it's a very, very good card. 1 Swordbreaker, this is actually really good that I want to keep, because like if you're playing against like Chaos or anything that you know that they're going to drop the Trag or whatever, whether it be Trag or Gores, they're both Fiend, so pretty much setting up your shop, activating Swordbreaker on the Fiend type, and having him as your last attack target is actually very useful, because it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent, and they don't have a card to capitalize.
Like if you're pushing for OTK and you can make this, it's good to call Fiends because they can't drop towards a Trag.
Yeah, and even if they do, you'll get rid of it, which is really good. And the 1 Gaia Charger, because it's Gaia Charger, like it's just really good. My side deck is Psy. For my monster lineup, I play the 1 Mole, simply because this deck pretty much special summons a lot of the times, and even if you can, like, even when you normal summon, like, you, like, having the Mole to just bounce stuff, like, in the mirror or anything else, it's just really good. It's just a quick plus. 1 Sacred Phoenix.
Heavy back row decks.
Yeah, just check it out. 2 Max E against like windups or anything that you know that's going to special summon on chains. You just keep the pressure on the opponent, which is very, very good. 1 Soul Taker. I didn't have I didn't have my third Iron Wall, but I just played the 1 Soul Taker. It's not bad. It's pretty good. The other MST. Now this is my personal tech choice. People like to play Decree. I like to play 7 Tools simply because I like my Brigade live. I like my Calls live, and I want my my Iron Walls
live.
I want my Iron Walls live because it's very important.
This is broken.
That comboed with Rekindling, you just get auto pluses, which is very, very, very good. But it really keeps your deck alive, which is important. Side deck 2 Compulses, because in the mirror and a lot of decks, it's very versatile card, so it's just really good. Do bottomless simply because, like I said,
Big decks, Rabbit.
Yeah, it stops chaos and it stops Rabbit and all that stupid shit. So just decks that where they can capitalize more off of Torrential Tribute. You just get that to answer that, and one Needle Sealing because it's your third Torrential Tribute. So it's actually very good.
All right, thank you, Dan, for giving us your deck profile. It's really good. He went 2-1 today in locals.
Yeah, I went 2-1. I just drew bad.
Yeah, it was
against
a short.
Jared.
It was a short locals.
Yeah, like I went against Jared, and he literally drew Dark Holes and Heavy Storms for days, and I was just drawing like shit.
All right.
So I was like,
well, thank you. Hopefully this will be up soon. See you guys.